Hey beautiful souls, welcome to today's readings. I hope you are all doing absolutely brilliantly. I'm seeing our first card showing itself already. Today we are asking for immediate messages for you from Spirit. And this time, actually, when I'm doing this reading, I mean, it's a timeless reading, so you can watch it at any time. But if you happen to be watching it as I'm uploading it, we are literally heading towards the solstice here in the UK. It's the winter solstice. It's the summer solstice if you're in the southern hemisphere, but it's such a pivotal turning point. So, you know, a very powerful time energetically. So we are asking for an immediate message for you from Spirit today. Now, I said this is pile 1. I'm seeing this card showing itself already. May we please, yes, pile 2. These cards are really forthcoming for you, beautiful souls. And that is definitely pile 3. Okay, let's have a look and see what we have. I'll draw a rune and a charm in a moment for anyone that would like a little bit more. And the timestamps, of course, are as always in the description box below. You have for pile 1, let me show this to you, you have the boar and pumpkin. Okay, this is what it looks like. The boar and pumpkin is pile 1. Pile 2, we have the quail and gooseberry. So this is pile 2. Bring that up close enough to you. There we go. So that's pile 2. And then pile 3, we have the bear and cedar. Let's bring this right up. The bear and cedar is pile 3. Okay. Wow, there's a real zinginess in the air. I don't know if you guys are picking up on it. I mean, you are so intuitive. I really hear that in the comments. Thank you, all of you who comment. I really love reading your stories, and your sharing is so inspirational. You know, I'm so sorry I can't reply personally to all of you because I cannot. By the way, as well, there's been some more scammers, the impersonating ones. So many YouTube channels, so many readers are having this. If anyone approaches you, beautiful souls, with a picture that looks like me or an email address or something, it is not me. I will never contact you. It's just people trying to scam and rip you off and try and get money out of you whilst pretending to be me. So please, please, please don't reply and just report them. Thank you, beautiful souls. That's just popped into my mind, having read that in your comments and realized that that was happening just about a week ago at the time of posting this. Let's get some charms and some runes. So for pile 1, we have the rune of strength, and we also have a little hand here. Can you see this? It says handmade written on it. I don't know if that will focus enough in the camera. I hope so. So there's the rune of strength and handmade. So that's pile 1. Okay, and then pile 2, we have a beautiful bird. Looks like a garden bird, a singing bird. And you have the rune of Berkana. This is growth. Wow. So this is pile 2. How interesting, with a bird, with the quail. And then pile 3. Okay, we have the rune of the self, Manas, and love. How gorgeous is that? The rune of the self and love. Okay, so that is pile 3. Now I'm going to leave the video running just a few moments longer, just to give you a little bit more time if you want it. You can always press the pause button as well, and I'll put up a comment as well with all of the timestamps in too. Beautiful souls, real zingy energy here, really sparkly energy. So I'm so excited to be doing the readings. I will see you in just a moment. If you're drawn to more than one, trust your gut instinct. Sometimes more than one message will come through for you. So, you know, just really listen to that, and yeah, check out more than one if they are singing for you. Tons of love, beautiful souls. See you in the readings. Hey pile one, welcome to your reading. Now, there's a really interesting energy in your reading already because we have the rune of strength, which is very, it's strong, it's powerful, it's self-assured. And the boar and the pumpkin, let me move our little hand there. The boar and the pumpkin, I'm going to bring the card right up so you can see it. A boar is associated with courage, and the pumpkins are associated with actually with abundance, but there's a strength in them as well, that the skin of them is solid. If you ever cut into a pumpkin, it's beautiful and gorgeous inside, but the skin is thick. You know, we're seeing like something that is thick skinned, but there's integrity in this card, and this handmade. I feel like there is maybe an achievement, something that you've stepped up into, that may be being validated here, or you're about to step up and achieve something. Maybe there's a turning point for you with this solstice energy. It is a timeless reading, so even if you're watching this in 6 months' time, that there is still some kind of a turning point around you, or a year's time, or a week, or whenever. But this is, I'm hearing strength, courage, strength of your convictions, but a real flavour of you kind of having an ownership with this handmade, an ownership of who you are, having a strength and a resilience, not being messed around in some way. But we better draw more cards before I say any more about your reading. Right, let's draw some oracle cards first and see what we are shown. Okay, so we have a couple that have slid out of the pack for you here. We have one of these as well. Now this is really interesting. Just as I put this pack down, I have a little pack here, and the top card literally just kind of moved as I passed over it. So I'm actually going to just bring this card out for you. I always think it looks like an Ace of Cups, but it is a chalice. It's a golden chalice. So I'm just going to bring this into your reading straight away. We'll perhaps draw on these cards a little bit later. Okay, let's look at what we have right now, first of all. So you have the empty room. Okay. You have Taurus, cultivate, 12th house, introspection. Okay. And we have this little card here. I'm going to read what it says on the back. Heal through changing your story. Begin in this moment. Don't look back. Now here's your turning point, the strength to be who you are. I feel like you're moving, curiously enough, away from, I sort of almost want to say some space of, I kind of like victimhood. I'm not suggesting that you are sitting in a place of victimhood, but I feel like you're shifting away from a place where you have maybe previously not been able to stand up for yourself, or you might have been targeted. You're changing, your energy is aligning, you're finding your strength. And I also feel as though, when I say targeted, going back to targeted, really interesting energy around you. So, with the empty room, I'm seeing you really shift from like an empty room to a place where your cup overfloweth. Literally, that's what I'm seeing. And I think this turning point is you having the strength to stand up for yourself, the strength to believe in yourself, the strength to know that you deserve, to not be put down anymore by people or by someone. Now, there may be a very real situation around you where you've literally overcome it. You've stepped over and above something. But I do actually feel for some of you, many of you, this will go way, way back. Perhaps you started life feeling as though, I don't know, somehow you didn't fit, or you weren't accepted, or you weren't given an environment of encouragement. There's this sort of almost like emotional emptiness here. And I feel like you're just about you're at a pivotal turning point. A turning point where you can actually, you are aligned. You've done the inner work, the introspection. You've done the inner work, and confidence, the boar and pumpkin. I think you are reaching this incredible point of confidence where you know wholeheartedly that it's kind of like the stories that you were brought up with, or the stories that you believed about yourself, you know, those internal limiting beliefs that we have sometimes. I feel like you are at this turning point where you can now move forwards in a different way. I actually suspect that your capacity to manifest is about to be unbelievably transformed. And I'm really curious. I almost feel like it's interesting how the cards have laid out, and we have this blank space here, which we will now fill with cards. But I feel like this space is important. I feel like this space is this space of possibility. And I think Spirit really, in this immediate message, is acknowledging this turning point. Because when we are on a turning point, it can feel a little bit like a knife edge, really, where we sort of have reached this point where we know we deserve and we've done the inner work, and yet we're in this sort of moment, this little moment of waiting. And it reminds me of the turning points of the solstices and the equinoxes too, really. They're very major turning points. And I always think if you get really, really still on the day of the solstice, it's like that there's a 4-day window of energy around the solstices, around these natural turning points, where there's a massive shift in energy from one zone to another, which is what I feel that you're naturally sitting in yourself anyway. You are shifting from within yourself, from one zone to another, to a space of potential lack, to a space of potential gain, abundance, the pumpkin energy. You're having the courage to overcome something within you that's held you back, or some limiting belief, and maybe this has been going on layer by layer by layer, step by step by step, aligning yourself. But this pivotal 4-day window, if you get still enough on the actual day of the solstice, I feel you can literally feel the shift. It's like the earth pauses for breath, and it's noticeable. We can get what I feel every month, actually. We get like a slightly similar experience I do with the full moon. When the moon peaks, the full moon peaks, it's like there's a sort of almost like then a breathing out. And even though there's often stuff to be processed, there's like a breathing out of something. I think this pivotal turning point is really relevant to you, whether you are watching this in a week, in a year, you know, in a day, in a month, whenever. You're at a pivotal turning point, and you've come from something and you've had to deal with it layer by layer, step by step, but things are now aligning, and you are ultimately going to be in a position where you can cultivate kind of whatever you want to cultivate, because stuff can't penetrate you anymore. Things that would have pressed your buttons. Now, I'm not saying you will never have buttons pressed again, because that's unrealistic. You know, that's, you know, we're all human, we all get our buttons pressed, but there's something specific to you that is, it's been a major problem for you, probably on more than one level and on more than one occasion in your life. And I feel like you've finally cracked it. It's this one thing. Maybe you had I don't know, I'm trying to think what it might be, but you know, like maybe your buttons, there was a particular area of vulnerability where your buttons were easily pressed. And quite frankly, you've reached a point where you have a resilience now. And this is what we're being shown here. You're being reminded that you have a resilience. You're being honoured for doing the inner work to make this happen. And it's been layer by layer by layer. What you're also receiving in your message here is that there is now a blank canvas for you to fill. You can rewrite your story. So if you're in any way having a wobble, which we often do when we reach these turning points, you know, these are big barriers to climb sometimes within our own lives, within our own selves. But you've done it, handmade. No one did this for you. You've done it. You can move forwards with confidence and you can fill this blank space. And this is your primary message. Let's see what we put in the blank space, pile 1. May we please ask for information about this blank space. I feel you're being given honour, an honouring, a validation here. I am seeing this card for you and also actually this one as well. I think those two first of all. We will potentially draw more. We have. Okay, so you have the Two of Swords and you have Snow White. How interesting. Now, of course, Snow White was ultimately targeted, by her stepmother, who we see here looking through the window. What I'm seeing here is support coming in. This wicked stepmother gave her the poison apple, but she's going to overcome it. And there is help. There's loyalty around you. How interesting. There's loyalty around you. I think, looking at these two, the Two of Swords here, these two people doing battle, as it were, or I want to almost say joisting, but it's not. I mean, it's fencing, isn't it? Is what you call it with swords. Something that has given you a lot of trouble. You are literally about to overcome it. This is your message, your key message. You are literally about to overcome it. This is the turning point. I'm going to be doing solstice readings, by the way, as well. So if you are watching this as I upload it for this immediate message for guidance, do watch out for those readings later this week. I will be doing them in the weekend, uploading them. So solstice readings are on their way at the turning point. Now, you're going to overcome something that's given you. Now, you're either well on your way to it, or you're at that almost that last pivotal stage where everything clicks into place. Your cup overfloweth. You're also getting help. You're supported. Now, whether this is spiritual support or practical support, for many of you it's practical support. Let's just draw some more cards for you. Let's take out another little tarot pack here and see what else we are shown. Let's move these up. What else are we shown for my beautiful pile 1? Seeing this. May we have further guidance and information for my lovely pile 1, please. Okay, we have abundance. Look at that. Yes, abundance and the Queen of Cups. Well, for starters, and look at the full moon energy here. What did I just say about the full moon? Often you can feel that turning point. Things are illuminated, they come to a head. But this is awesome. The Queen of Cups for me is always like the queen of self-care. You can look after yourself. Maybe you didn't used to feel like you could defend yourself, but actually you can. And people pick up on that vibe. They really know, wow, you've got threes, 2 3s. How fascinating. 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. This is a turning point. The 3s always herald this turning point where we move from an energy of something that we've started, we've been working on, reaches a stage of completion in its own way, and you're ready to move forwards. Abundance. You've done the work. You're going to reap the rewards here. You are seriously going to reap the rewards now for the work that you have been putting in. We've got the Hermit. In many ways, I think you've been guided and I think you know it. The King of Cups and Peace. How beautiful. Look at this, would you, that we have a 2 of Swords where we're seeing this, I wanted to call it jousting, but the fencing, like kind of doing this battle, really. The 2 of Swords, you find peace. There is a peaceful resolution to things. Something that has been, if there's something actually immediately in your world that has been giving you a very hard time, this turning point within this next week, this is what I'm seeing, within this next week, it will turn in your favor. If you've been feeling isolated and alone, the support you need, the help you need, these are helpers. The help you need will come in and things will work out for you. They're going to work out for you in the best possible way. For some of you, there really is almost like a knight in shining armor coming in here with the King of Cups. I think some of you will receive real, genuine, practical, pragmatic support in something. But you know, you're attracting it to you. You are attracting it to you because you have done the work. Pile 1, I feel I want to summarize almost your reading actually, because you found the courage to just to be you. I think at times, probably through your life, it's felt like it's been against all odds. That's what I will say. That's the energy that I see here. With the empty room, I think you've really, really had to step up in a seriously big way and overcome some significant shit to be where you are today. And you're being honoured and validated. Something has been going on around you right here and right now, and it's either a culmination of a lot of layers of work, or there is a current situation that's pressed your buttons that's reminded you of this and it becomes like a completing point, or indeed there is something very real going on around you that is giving you an awful lot of jip and it's about to be resolved, to be sorted, but you sorted it by being true to yourself, by being you, and this is coming out in your favor. If there is anything that's not working at the moment in your world, and you literally touch base with the reading because you thought, what is going on? You're really struggling to find the strength. Truly, the inner reserves, the resilience is within you. This is happening in the best possible way. And you have support. There is support around you, whether it's your team, your spirit team, and you're being guided, or whether this is real support for many of you. Someone is going to step up and like basically have your back. I always feel with this rune, actually, it always tells me that. It says the universe has your back. So something reaches a completion, a culmination. It's not a permanent ending. It's a stage on the journey, but it means that you rewrite your story from now on, because what you attract to you, because you've shifted something within, what you attract to you from now on is different. It's kind of like if you are feeling vulnerable and sensitive and you meet a bully, they pick up on it. But if you have a strength within you, they also pick up on it. They kind of know that you're not to be messed with. There's a confidence in you because you've done the work. Pile 1, this is your reading. Beautiful souls, watch out for the solstice readings. I feel it's coming, this turning point with 2 3s. If you are watching this at a different time, it's coming. You're really heading for that zone, and I'm talking, you know, within the next 7 days, really. I post these readings every Sunday for immediate guidance, and we really are looking at the week ahead. So as well, the energy that's very imminently and immediately around you, and this is definitely happening. You know, you are at that turning point. This is the now. Pile 1, tons and tons and tons and tons of love. I mean, this is a magnificent outcome for you, and I can see you have worked your socks off to get to here. You really, really have. Look at the darkness right through into the light here, way across your reading. It's loaded with empowerment, with aliveness, with vibrancy, with support. Beautiful, Pile 1, beautiful. Super souls, have an amazing solstice if you are watching this at this time, and I am sending you all the love in the world. Watch out for my solstice readings. I'm going to be posting some readings over Christmas and the New Year's as well, so keep a lookout for those, and I will see you all really, really soon for another reading. And I'll put any links to anything and everything I do, and my moon diaries and all those kinds of things, in the description box and in a comment as well, a pinned comment too. Tons of love, beautiful souls. Hey, Pile 2, welcome to your reading. We're asking for immediate guidance for you. I feel very strongly already in your reading that something is about to come to fruition, because the quail and gooseberry is about anticipation. Something's about to happen. gooseberries are ready to be picked, though they're a little bit thorny, so you have to be careful. But we have two birds here. They're looking at each other. I feel like this is the way the bird charm came out. Like something you've been waiting for is about to come to fruition. I'm really picking up on the thorniness of the gooseberries, so maybe something that has felt a bit prickly. I'm not sure where I'm going with that. We'll look at the cards. But because of Berkana, the rune of growth, this is a whole new phase of life. Maybe there's an area or something that you have felt sensitive about. But I think it's coming into being, or coming to, fruition is the right word, I think, that is coming through for me with your reading so far. Something is coming to fruition, something that you have been looking for or waiting for. Okay, let's draw oracle cards and see what we are shown for my beautiful pile 2. Something you have been waiting for, I think. May we please have an immediate message for my beautiful pile 2s. And we have that's the one. May we have another card for my beautiful pile 2s. An immediate message, please, if we may. An immediate and important message for my beautiful pile 2s. Okay. So, what we actually have here, how beautiful. We have a beautiful, beautiful woman with a crown. Okay, I'm getting crowning glory coming through here. And it says, be enchanted with your life's potential, seek and find, know and discover. Gosh, maybe you've been waiting for an answer for something. We have the storm, a lightning bolt, an idea, a spark of imagination. Something comes to fruition. The answer comes to you, the solution comes to you, like a bolt from the blue. Or, I'm just going to say as well, that's really coming through so strongly, like a bolt from the blue. Sometimes when we get that saying, a bolt from the blue, it means that something from the past revisits us. Someone comes back into your life. Maybe this is something you have wanted to come to fruition from a long time ago, or something you put down, laid to rest. This is a theme that's come through a few readings lately, something that had been put down or shelved, and suddenly it rocks back up into your world, ready to be picked up and run with it. We have 8th house, the card of mystery. And then we have the sun, source energy, creativity. Wow. Gosh, it does feel like there is going to be something suddenly that either something is suddenly going to take off that you've worked at, or something will come back. Maybe something that you did in the past, suddenly it just rockets. Maybe you could have made a video. Let's say you have a YouTube channel, something that you recorded, maybe years ago. Suddenly it goes viral, and you would never have seen that coming because you did that years ago. But suddenly, wow, it's like off it goes. And with this skull, I'm really getting this feeling of like the death and the transformation and the rebirth energy here. But look how it's kind of this golden. Being held up. Something is rising up, being seen. The quail and the gooseberry. Quails are very patient. They wait for the right moment. I think there's timing involved for you this week. I think something you have either done before and almost forgotten about suddenly takes off. It's like it can become your crowning glory. Or if you are procrastinating, the idea just comes to you in a split second and it moves it forwards in a radically fast and immediate way. If there's any kind of conflict in any of your worlds and you've been thinking it would never fix itself, I think the solution will just appear like magic. Yeah, there's something that you've been waiting for that comes to fruition. It's very interesting. There's a real flavour of unexpectedness in this. So something that comes to fruition, I do feel it's as if it's almost something you put by the wayside. How interesting. It could be an idea or a desire or something you love or really, really want. And with the birds, I saw them initially looking at each other really like this, but actually looking at this one where I placed it to start with, looking back. So I do feel something arrives that enables you to look forwards in a different way. Let's draw more cards for you, pile 2. I'm sort of feeling really excited for you. I felt this tingling when we started the readings, and I feel like that is really present for me now. I'm so seeing something rising, coming into light, your crowning glory, something, whatever this means for you, something comes to fruition. Look at these flowers. Something you've created, you worked on, you wanted, whether it's just a manifestation, a deep, 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 passionate desire. But I do feel you've worked at something because of the fruition element. Okay, what do we have here? Just going to shuffle again. Kind of feeling like quite a strong connection to the rear of the pack. I'm just going to look and see what we have. Okay, 5 of Swords. Yeah, look at this. It's like the raft, the life raft is coming in with the star. Okay, we'll look at these cards. I just wanted to have a quick check of this one on the base. This is really interesting. It is. It's like your ship is coming in, but it's a life raft, so it's very interesting. It's got a different energy to a ship. It's something you need, or you've needed, or you've wanted. What do our cards show here? Yes, look at this. Guardian of Crystals. She holds the world. I mean, this card is singing a song that feels like the Empress energy, abundance coming to fruition. And look at this again. Here we have the 8 of Swords. This is something you have kept under wraps, maybe even, or you were... kept under wraps, yeah, or something that you had shelved, or you just put it down, or you've just been working undercover, and it can come to light. We have a spider here, so it's like you have been spinning this web for a while. I feel this does have quite a distinct flavor of something that you had done. You've either been working on it in secret and it can come to light and therefore come to fruition, or you have worked on it previously and shelved it and just it almost had been buried. Desire even that you've buried in your subconscious, and now suddenly your raft comes in almost when you least expect it. How interesting. But I feel like it's going to be big. Whatever it is. She's holding the world in her hands, literally. May we have more information for pile 2, please? I feel this is a really exciting week. It's a turning point. The energy is naturally turning with the solstice. So, and whenever you are watching this reading, it's the energy around you is turning, because you've been drawn to this reading. Seeing these, this, and this. What do we have here for you, pile 2? So, look at this, the High Priestess. This is being guided. But how interesting that we see a gateway here as well with a crescent moon. I feel very strongly something again that was kept in the dark or under wraps, or you laid it to rest. Again, it comes to light. It's seen. It becomes visible. Ace of Pentacles. Potential money, abundance coming in. Prince of Cups. And look how he rides a dolphin. Yes. Dolphins are unbelievably intelligent, aren't they? Remarkable creatures. There is something remarkable. Maybe it is a remarkable thing that you have created that suddenly comes to light. Dominion, 2 of Wands. We have the Hermit card. We have Justice. And we have the Chariot. Okay. Yeah, maybe something you need as well. I feel there's a double layer here in your reading, pile 2. I think not only does something you have wanted or something you've put down or laid to rest, or you've been working on it quietly, suddenly launches into the light. It's like this dolphin rising above the water. They are underwater a lot of the time, but they need to come up, of course, for air. But they are magnificent when they rise above the water. With Dominion, I think there is something coming to you that means you can take charge of your world. Something is that this is the double layers. So something takes off or becomes visible, or it happens and energy is available, and it happens fast and potentially slightly unexpectedly. Even in this card here, can you see that out of the 2 bulls that are pulling the Chariot, the bull that is white, light, like the light of this pillar here, is the one that is much bigger, much bolder. Perhaps something comes to light. I actually feel that something about you is about to shine. Be risen, be seen, be visible. I think it happens fast. It's like something culminates, comes to a head with Justice. I want to say with the Justice card, the message I really hear with this is you deserve this. Pure and simple, you deserve this. You've been patient, you've waited, you've cultivated, you've worked. You deserve this. This is a new financial beginning. It's either a new beginning in finances or your health. There is something new coming to you, like a kind of I guess it's abundance really in some way, but it's source energy. It's something emerging, happening. Whatever this is for you, this is going to make your heart sing. With the Prince of Cups, I think there is a rapid taking off of something, coming up, seen, coming to light, emerging. You're gifted with something here. It's like you have the world in your hands. I love this reading, pile 2. Its energy, it is so zingy and so exciting. It's like your crowning glory. You've waited for this. Something you have waited for, worked out, waited for, is literally going to take off, I think, and bring you in a whole new phase of life. It's like bringing, fruition. It comes to fruition. Something you've anticipated and waited for a long, long time comes into fruition, and I feel it is happening absolutely imminently. When I do these readings, I do them every Sunday, we always ask, I always ask on your behalf for an immediate message. And we really are looking at the energy of the week ahead. Whenever you come to them, these are timeless readings, so you can tune into them whenever you want. But truly, as a timeless reading, this is fab. It really, really is. This is... whenever you come to it, you are at this point where something is just going to take off. Out of darkness into light, almost, literally. Pile 2, I love your reading. I don't think there is anything else to say. I just think you deserve it. You've worked for it. It's, for some of you, it's something you shelved. For others, you've been working on it quietly, plugging away at it. And this is the point of emergence and a whole new chapter of your world coming because of it. Like, things change. One thing changes in our world and everything changes. The whole landscape changes. This is your reading, pile 2. I am loving your reading. I'm loving your energy. Thank you for being here, beautiful souls, and thank you for joining me. I will put links to all sorts of things that I do in the description box, to my moon and my moon diary, my Manifest with the Moon, Astro-Moon diary and journal, and my cards, and all the things that I do will be all in the description and in a comment as well. So do check those out if they are of interest to you. Pile 2, love your reading, love your energy. I really, really look forward to seeing you again soon. If you're watching this as I've uploaded it, I am posting, or I will be posting, solstice readings this week as well. When we get to that pivotal turning point, that may well be when this just breaks open and the energy just flies for you. So do check those out, and I will be posting over Christmas and New Year's, depending on when you're watching this. If you're watching it again as I post it, the timing wise. So do check out those readings or keep a lookout for them. So beautiful souls, tons and tons of love. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to get a notification of any of my readings as I upload them, and I am sending you all the love in the world. Tons of love, Pile 2. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have a card of leadership, the Bear and Cedar. Very struck by the strength, not just of the bear, but of the cedar. Cedar has a remarkable energy. I don't know how many of you have ever sat with a cedar tree, but I always feel like I'm sitting with an ancestor when I sit with a cedar tree. They are so wise, and somehow answers come when you sit with them. Now, the bear, of course, also finds answers in the dream time when they go into their cave. Hibernation is not just a place of sleep, it's a place of entering the dream time. How interesting. And I'm seeing with the rune of the self, Manas, is like the rune of joy, which looks like a P. If you split it down the middle and open it up, it's like two runes of joy looking at each other. And you have the love, I feel like this is the love shield here as well. How interesting. Let's see what we can draw from your cards and find out what your message is this week. I post these every week. Let us ask for information for my wonderful Pile 3s. May we have an immediate message, the guidance that is needed right now for my Pile 3, please. Seeing this as well. May we please have guidance and information for my lovely Pile 3s. And there is your next card. Never be afraid to voice your truth, as truth comes from a deep place within your soul. Wow, look at the strength of that. Extraordinary standing stone here in a clearing. What I see in the background here is a deer. Can you see that deer there as well? It feels really important that there's something in the shadows. We then have the storm. This just came out, this very same card came out in Pile 2, I believe. How interesting. I would recommend you check out Pile 2 if if you have been drawn to that reading as well. Right, Pile 2, I've got this lightning bolt. I think it was Pile 2. It was one or other of the readings. I'm pretty certain it was Pile 2. My apologies if it wasn't. If you get there and find it's Pile 1, then I deeply apologise. Okay, then you have Chiron, Heal, and Ninth House Exploration. This is an interesting energy. Let's move these cards up. Can we have everything in view? I think so. Yes. Okay. I'm seeing a division here, and you have the ability to, I sort of feel like you have the ability to fix it, actually, to find the solution, to find the answer, to dream in the answer. The Bear and Cedar, as a card, this card actually speaks of leadership, but through fairness and decency and care, compassion, but still very firm leadership. Just as that rune, if you divide the rune of joy in half and split it up, so division, dividing. There's some sort of division around you, or a situation. Now, you may not be directly involved in this division. Some of you might be, but some of you might find it, you could be stuck between two people. There could be a division or an argument. You're stuck between hearing two sides of a story in some way, but you're able to find leadership. You're able to be the leader, to offer the solution, to find the answer, to explore the options here. Let's find out more. Yeah, something around you are the person who can find the solutions. May we please have guidance, information, a message for pile 3, please. May we please have guidance and information for pile 3. Now that feels right. We'll draw more in a moment. We have Ace of Wands. How interesting. I'm seeing you rise here in the middle, like the butterfly. You're able to transform something. And even here, we've got this mirror image of these 2 little fairies peeling back something, opening something. And then we have the Guide of Crystals, Father Christmas, Santa Claus, and the Hare of Fertility. And look, we have another deer. A deer here. Okay. I think you are going to be the fixer of something. There's something going on around you. There's a division, or... yeah, I just keep hearing this division. And maybe some people have lost their way, or there's very polar opposite perspectives. This looks like a compass here. And can you see there is like a little telescope looking at something, looking through the microscope? Maybe there are some people who are being a bit like trying to micromanage or be a bit over controlling in some way, shape or form. It may also be that you are the person that can see the detail. Maybe there is some shoddiness going on where people aren't clear, and you're able to be the person who brings clarity. I think there are either, people who are getting bound up in the small stuff, sweating the small stuff, and you can kind of hold the bigger picture. But whatever is going on around you, you're able to hold the bigger picture, the overview, as well as see the detail of things here. And this is why I think we have the deer in the shadows as well. You can see into the shadows as well as what is being shown in the light. And an owl will be able to see in the dark. You are the bringer of a solution to something. Leadership, taking the lead in some area of division or difficulty. So whatever is going on around you, whatever this division, whatever this difficulty, whether it is within you or externally, or it is people around you who are divided, and you are the one that has the answers, the solutions, you are definitely in this scenario. Spirit is saying you are the person here who can take the lead. You are the person who can come up with deliver the goods kind of thing, come up with the solution, fix things, come out of the shadows and bring forward what is needed, but with care and compassion and kindness. Because the deer is representing always gentleness, peacefulness, kindness. So whatever this is, you can transform. We have this snake of transformation. We have Chiron, the healing energy, but also, can you see right at the top of this, we have a little crystal ball. You're kind of able to see the solution to this in a way that maybe some other people can't. And therefore you hold the higher ground here. Yeah, you're coming up with a solution or an answer, or you'll be gifted with it. And you can present it with love. You can present it with love, with leadership, firmness, but also love, compassion. You may fix the storm, heal the storm. Okay. Your cards are looking very lively and excited to come out and see you, pile 3. They really, really are. Yeah, beautiful. Lovely energy coming through here. Really very, I feel like there was a strength coming through in the cards as they show themselves. 4 of Swords, truce. Okay, yes, 4 of Swords, truce. You are definitely the peacekeeper this week. I think you're the peacekeeper. You're able to sort something out, help somebody, assist somebody, find the middle ground, assist people. Look at, what did I say about the strength coming through? I mean, the strength card just says, it sort of says it all. I always think the strength card is that card where you have that inner strength to kind of to overcome anything, really. How interesting. We've got 8 of Swords, and in this 8 of Swords it looks like somebody is a puppet. You might find that in the situation that possibly this will be applying to some kind of situation. If it isn't resonating with you, then it's possibly not your reading. But whether this is your personal situation or it's other people around you, or you know, you're looking at other people, I think maybe there is some manipulation going on here. Okay. Yeah, 8 of Swords, 8 of Cups. Somebody's manipulating. They've got their own agenda going on here. Yes. You're the person who can see it really clearly for what it is. Yes, and we have the Tower and the Hermit. You see, I think you are the Hermit here. I think you're the guiding light. I think you're the solution bringer. What you might find is you do need to step away a little bit and sit in a place of solitude here. This owl, like, just get really still in order to know what you need to do to be given the solutions, whatever this is. But this will shift with the Tower. This will absolutely shift. Yeah, you may have to step back from something. You know, when you can't see the woods for the trees, you may need to step back and rise above it. But you are definitely the one that has the higher vision here. You have the ability to lead a scenario or a situation and hold it with love in pure terms. May we have additional guidance. May we have an idea of how this might happen or any further information. How interesting, you know, that both these cards did also come out in one of the other piles. I think it was pile 2. So for you, I think we do have a different meaning here. Yes. I feel you're the one that holds the light in terms of a conflict. I think somebody could be a bit manipulative in some way, shape or form, perhaps. Yeah, you're the peacekeeper, you're the person that holds the balanced view. I actually think it is highly likely you're going to hold... I don't actually think in this instance that this is necessarily your conflict. I think that you are the observer of it, largely. I know that could be that for some of you, you are in conflict, but I'm sort of seeing the conflict going on around you, with you in the middle here. And of you being the one who actually sort of finds the higher-minded solution. Yes, Ace of Cups, this is your energy. I think you're really going to be appreciated, actually, because whatever the conflict is about, between whoever it is amongst, I think it's really going to show your strengths. I think you're going to be seen for being this peacekeeper, because this is something that could really quite blow up and escalate, actually, with the Tower. Again, just looking at the two, I feel that there literally is, like let's say, for example, you've got two really good friends and they're both trying to get you to take their side. It's got that sort of feel to it. Look at you keeping them apart. I feel like pushing these towers apart. I think you probably know that one person is perhaps a little bit more in the right than the other one. You know, maybe one person is being a bit more fair than the other, but nevertheless, you're the person who finds the fair solution here. Yeah, I think we've got two people. One is a bit of a sulker, actually. I just feel there's really clear information coming through here. You're sort of like the lone wolf who really, the bear, the lone wolf, you know, the butterfly. You're the kind of the hero of the day, really, the bringer of the gifts. You're the one that can hold the higher vision and keep the peace. But and literally keep them apart. I think the two people you've got here are somebody who's a bit manipulative, and then someone who's a bit of a sulker, really, who might just throw their toys out the pram. And you know, in a way, I think the conflict is coming to a head in some way, shape or form. I think you are going to handle this with, I want to say, with spiritual genius. I hope that sounds okay for you guys, but that's what it's feeling like. I think you'll handle this with spiritual genius, with love, with guidance, with calmness, with vision, with peace and harmony, and with love, ultimately. You know, when this came out, I thought, shield of love. Yeah, shield of love. And people will listen to you. You're going to be respected through this transformational energy. I want to draw another card and get like a sneaky preview into what's the outcome of this, because I'm seeing that this is so it feels very immediate. I think Spirit is really giving you that clear, immediate message and saying, right, okay, either right now or during this week, you're going to be in a situation where I think there will be some form of conflict going on around you, and you are the peacekeeper here. You are the fixer, the bringer of the solutions. You know, you're the leader here, and the healer, the leader, all of these things. And I want to find out what the solution is. Your message is like Spirit's giving you the heads up that this is the role that you can carry. But I'd like to draw another card for you just to see what the outcome of this is. In fact, I tell you what I'm called to do really strongly is to look at the reverse of this pack. Look at this, Ace of Swords. Leadership again. It's very interesting because this is Arthur, I think, as a boy, I think that's right, pulling the stone, Excalibur, out of the stone. So the outcome is you come up with the solution. Really drawn to just look at the base. Okay. And I will look at this too. I think this is where we are being guided. Child of Hearts. Yeah, everything in the garden is going to be rosy. The Child of Hearts. I think what you're going to do is not just restore balance, but you're going to restore, it's more than that. There's a healing here. I think you're going to enable people to look at these two pots of flowers, literally, to sort of return to a place of, what to say, innocence. Child of Hearts. I feel like it will be, you know, when you actually sit down and talk to people and you're able to get them to see one another's perspectives. It's not just coming up with a solution, it's coming up with a solution that brings sufficient understanding for that conflict to be fully resolved. We've got two flower pots, both in flower here, sitting side by side, as opposed to one stropping off here and throwing their toys out the pram, and one being really manipulative here. And having to try and keep them apart. It's like they become best friends again. So if you have two friends who are having a massive falling out, I think you're the person who comes back. But ultimately, you take the lead and they come back together. They find love again. There's a solution. And this is Goldilocks and the three bears. Can you see the three bears are returning home? And even though in the Goldilocks story, you know, she tries the porridge and the bears seem quite, again, bears, bear energy, they seem quite ferocious. Yes, even though this situation might feel as though it can't be fixed, so it might be quite emotionally charged, you will be able to fix it. And this is your message. It's really clear. You will be able to fix this, and you will be able to fix it with you coming out in flying colours, and actually with the conflict in the people or the circumstances or the difficulty, the challenge around you, really finding a fabulous, fabulous solution, really, literally returning to a space of peace and flourishing. So it's not even just fixing something, it's bringing something into a space where it can now grow and be okay. this is your reading, pile 3. You're definitely being given the heads up here, and if this is something you don't know about, then this is something to be alert to your position in this. And if it is something that's going on around you already and it's bubbling and simmering and you think, oh, you don't like the look of that, this is really what we're being shown as to the role that you play and that you can play, and you're being given the confidence, I think, to step into that role of leadership. Pile 3, this is your reading. I love your energy. It does have a real strength about it in the most beautiful, beautiful way. I am sending you all of the love in the world. These are timeless readings, but if you're watching this as I've uploaded it, I will be posting solstice readings this week because we are coming up to the solstice. That's the winter solstice here in the UK, in the Northern Hemisphere, actually, to be fair, not just here. And summer solstice for you. These are pivotal turning points where things can come to a head. So whatever, it may not be your issue, but you are definitely able to resolve something here, my beautiful pile 3. And way to go, way to go. It's, an amazing thing to restore love and harmony and peace and balance to anyone's worlds. So, this is a wonderful thing that you have the ability to do this week, and this is your message. Beautiful souls, I will post all the links to all the interesting and exciting things that I do that might interest you, and the links to buy my diary and journal if you're fascinated by manifesting with the moon as I am, and my cards, all sorts of stuff. I'll put all those links in the description box, and I will also put them into a comment for you too. If you want to get notification of my readings, if you subscribe and press the little bell icon, they should all come into your stream. And you can always check out the Moon Magic Weekly Tarot page, and I will be posting some readings over Christmas and New Year's, so keep a lookout for those. Beautiful souls, have a wonderful solstice. You are amazing, and I will see you really, really soon.